trying to tell me that you've never heard of this? That at some juncture in your life, you didn't come across this? That through the grapevine, the great scheme of things, you've never heard of this thing? I mean, I get it. There is no definition of what this thing necessarily is. Everybody's got their own connotations and denotations of what it is. So, you're trying to tell me that you've never been where this thing is held? Where it lies? You're trying to tell me that you've never had a conversation about this thing? About this thing that has caused so much hysteria and delirium? So, you're trying to tell me that we've just met for the first time? That you don't remember that we met in a past lifetime? That you've never heard about this thing going around, spinning in circles, coming out in squares like the paradox of boxing rings? You're trying to tell me that you have never heard about this thing? Vociferous, vivacious, spacious, occasionally contagious, that you personally have never heard about this thing that's causing mass hysteria, this thing that's changing lives, this simple artifact of truth and lies and lies and truth survives. You've never heard about this thing. You never heard about it? The thing is that none of us understand what the thing is. The thing is a thing that exists between you and me, between us and them. It is a thing that is built in a construct that builds constructs. It is a thing of motion. It is a thing of stillness. It is a thing of sound. It is a thing of building. But no one knows exactly what the thing is. So the thing is, when you're thinking, multiplying, quadrupling, trying to fight the artifact of what the thing is right there, in front of you. The thing is vociferous, vivacious, spacious, occasionally contagious. The thing is not multiplied but cannot be subtracted.
Archangel of love, he had good news, good news, good news for those dedicating their lives the spirit, spirit, spirit.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bonzi. This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hi, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Lau.
Hey everyone.
This is Salade.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vincent R.
What's up, guys? Twitch and Scratch. You're listening to DaBooth312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
And this is fresh.
Okay, we're back. We're back, man. I'm out of the mix. I guess people are like, whew. So anyway, I've been trying to read. It's been so many multiple comments on social media from different posts that I made. You know, I see Kevin Durkin is still defending his case on there, and you know he's fighting against GU. Good luck with that. So but at the end of the day, man, you know, and I don't want anybody, attacking Kevin or anything like that. And I made that very clear from the beginning. You know, these are personal opinions and thoughts and stuff of that nature. And like I expressed to Kevin, you know, when I talked to him earlier, I said, you have to sometimes separate yourself from the professional side of being a DJ or engineer or producer and just look at it as a fan or somebody else, man, and not be so critical and understand that people are going to follow who they're going to follow. People are going to support who they want to support. I mean, that's with anything, cereal, baby mix, whatever. People have their brands that they like to follow, and these brands have worked well with them, and they've trusted them over years, and sometimes it's hard to pull them from that and all those sort of things, man. So I just want you guys, to keep that in mind, and nobody is wrong about their opinions and their feelings. The only time we can dig into this is when we deal with historical facts and data, and we're working on trying to come to an agreement on that. So I'm hoping that everybody stays focused on that part of it. You know, he and I had a good conversation, a good general conversation, and I had a few conversations with other DJs prior to him, and it's just been a collage of questions. So all of these questions actually kind of came up in he and I's conversation, which hence triggered all of this stuff. So somebody can get a clear understanding of what that is. But he was not the only DJ. He was not the only producer that I have spoke with that had these feelings. And of course, everything across the board that we constantly see on Facebook on a daily basis, we can't deny it. And one thing I'll say, in Glenn's defense, he'll defend it. And one thing I'll say on Kevin's defense, despite a lot of other guys, he will back up and stand up to what he believes in. He won't punk out. He says what he's got to say, and you like it, you love it, or you don't. So it's that kind of situation as well. So it's two-sided. I just don't like lukewarm people. If you guys are gonna go against a few or anybody else that you don't like, you know, God says, I spew you out if you're lukewarm. You pick a side, either you for me or you against me. You know, don't say you for me, you know, to use me or to fence ride on me or something like that. So that's all I got to say. And that is my pet peeve with Chicago house community and just people in general. You know, say what you mean what you say. I'm going to say what I mean what I say. And if I felt that I've said something wrong or out of context, I'm grown enough, man enough to take it back and apologize for it. Either you accept it or you don't, that's fine. I put it out there. I extended it to you. You're not willing to take it, that's on you. I'm moving forward. I'm not going to keep sweating you about it. Going to our guest. What's up, Sean?
Preacher has spoken.
How you doing?
What's up, Sean? Well, we're supposed to have James Big Daddy house in the station, but he didn't make it talking about the sauce. His hot damn sauce. But we do have Sean here talking about his cologne line, you know, that he's created. And if you're in Chicago, he's actually selling it at the flea market on, what is that? In Elsa.
Yeah,
Give him the address.
Yeah, 127th and Alsip, the Swaparama. The exact address is slipping my mind.
They can Google that. Where is your booth located?
My booth is 424 and 425, and we're also in about 20 different boutique stores here in the Chicagoland area.
Where are those? You don't know? You know
all
any?
The dress code, yeah, all the dress code stores, the Silver Room in Hyde Park.
Not the Silver Room.
Yeah, the Silver Room.
Our party spot during the summer, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
Sir.
So you a house head, Sean?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
like my set, Sean? Be careful.
Yeah, I was jamming.
All right, because I was going to throw you the hell out of here if you didn't. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I decided to go tribal today for some reason. I felt like I was in the jungle. I guess I am here in Chicago.
I think it was the energy of these conversations that we were having.
Where do you want me to move, Dave?
Just your hand. You're good.
Oh, okay. All right, so anyway, yeah, Dave's trying to get our camera straight. All right, so how did you come up with the fragrance idea? I mean, what motivated you to do that?
All right, so I'm a big time fragrance guy, but I'm also big on value. So I have a hard time spending even $50 on a cologne or perfume that don't last more than 3-4 hours. I got a big problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, one day I was at this spot called the Garden of Botanica, and it got a bunch of keynotes, base note fragrances. I didn't know all that stuff at the time. But, you just put together, a fragrance. So I was in college. I put one together. It took me like 3 hours, but everybody on the campus loved it. So I was like, man, I'm working a full-time job. I'm going to college. I'm going to make these fragrances, and I'm going to sell it on college campus. And so that's how I got started, got married. It was good hustle money at the time, but wasn't money to pay the bills. So got married, had to stop, get a job, got divorced, went back to doing what I love.
Okay, cool. Now, how many fragrances actually have you created? I mean, are you, let me ask this. We run into what we call the ghetto oil man.
Yeah.
And the oil man will have hey man, I got that Calvin Klein, I got that Chanel for you, man. And some of them smell okay, and then some of them all right, and then some of them stain your clothes. Some of them, last a good while. I still have oils today that have lasted pretty good, where I just rub a little bit and I'm fragrant the whole day. I typically don't wear them a lot during the bee season, because I don't feel like being chased by bees, because they're like, fat man smells good. So I don't want to get stung and all that kind of stuff. So I wear most of my fragrances during the winter, fall months.
Okay.
And I also know I've learned over time, especially dealing with women, that, I had learned to start layering fragrances. So I would get like a lotion of the same fragrance, and I put the lotion on, and then, women would tell you that are schooled in this. You put on the lotion or the creams, and then you don't have to use as much of the perfume or the cologne, because it's kind of
moisturizes your skin.
Yeah, it's layered.
Yeah.
And then I also learned that every cologne does not smell the same on every person because of chemistry. So how do you all, work that out? I mean, is it would smell on an African American and, or Latin, everybody's got a different chemistry and makeup of, in their body. So, I mean, question I guess I'm asking is, are you patterning it after other fragrances? Are you creating your own originals?
Okay, so
And that's a lot, I know.
yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
What Imagine Essence is, my company is, we are the designer of the highest level of colognes or perfumes. All right, it's called a perfume. We're in the midst of trademarking it, so I'm not afraid to say it right now because the trademark will be done probably around March or something. We already started the paperwork and everything. And so what these do is they actually last. So when you was talking about the process of ladies telling you to moisturize your skin with a lotion or a cream and everything, these lubricates your skin. You can spray these in your hair, your clothes, your beard, and it lasts. These are the highest level. We put the best ingredients in there, have some very good chemical engineers. I'm a great fragrance designer. You can give me 5 bad fragrances and I'll make at least something good out of it because I got a great nose. That's my God-given gift. I can put things together and make a good fragrance, but also what we do is we sell the luxury renditions, so they're copies of stuff that's in a department store. Even the high-end stuff, the Tom Fords, the Creeds, not the Bond number 9s yet. I got to get on my engineers about that. But I also have my own line. Eventually, it'll be called Lord John. I got the name blocked down, but I don't have all the packaging and stuff just yet done. But my line will be under Lord John. So we have 2 different things. We got stuff that you can get. I call them luxury renditions because they're better ingredients, and it's going to last a lot longer, and you got to pay that outrageous price. And then we have my line that's going to be, right now it's under Imagine Essence, but it'll be under Lord John. And that'll be my fragrance designer name.
Okay. How do you deal with your packaging and all that? I mean, because presentation is another situation too.
Well, for example, nobody online can see this, but this is what we're kind of
they
dealing
can
with
see
right
it.
there. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you see that, Dave?
Yeah.
So I got I got a good graphic designer. I got another brother that
And this is
has been
cool. I
helping
like
me
it.
out there a lot. But yeah, packaging is everything. I mean, you're not going to get into the boutique stores unless the stuff is looking right.
And honestly, I like that too for traveling. Just the sleek look in it, because you get some of them. They're square, they're small, but they're square. They're kind of bulky. It's hard to take it with you.
Yeah.
And like you said, your fragrance, is for long lasting. So put it on before you leave. You shouldn't have to put it on again. Where some you got to take it with because you might have to update that.
You're gonna have to take it again with you. Yeah.
So, but that's really nice, sleek look, and good luck
Wear a
with that.
mask and carry this through the airport and see what happens.
But it's small enough to take on the airport. Now we do got bigger size. This is the smallest size.
Yeah,
but-
because I know they're funny about aerosol, and then they're like, "Yeah, let me see that." Clear liquid, cavity search. No, no. But anyway, yeah. So that's cool. So let's go into the Evelyn. What is the price range for these?
All right. So the small ones.
This is a small.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the large look like?
The large, I didn't bring any samples with me. The large ones are 1.7 ounce. They range about almost $40. The small ones here, very accessible just about anywhere, and it's since it's a new brand and people are not used to it, it ranges from $15 to $20 in a lot of boutique stores.
Okay. So now, do you do male and female fragrance?
Do male and females.
Okay. Because I remember, I hate James not here because I've been looking for something to treat my beard, and I know he ran into a company, I believe, ran by a young lady that makes a cream for the beards, and then moisturizes the beards and cream. So I would like to get her on the show too to talk about her brand and all of that. But I know these type of vials now are getting popular because I see on certain what do you call it? Social media where people are trying to market, these smaller in the nice little felt bags and all of that you can carry with you and stuff of that nature. And I was starting to get curious about them. So, it was just fate, that, James and I were talking, about the festivals and everything. He said, yeah, I got a buddy, man. He's making this awesome, cologne and stuff. And, I would like you to holler at him and see what he's about, So what was the startup for you? I mean, what was the struggle for you to start your own business? Yeah.
Good question. Good question. All right. So for me to start, what it was I think ever since I was a little boy, you know, people got that entrepreneur spirit in them, but it was never. I'll say this: you had some signs dropped to you, but it wasn't. The seed was dropped, but it took a long time to germinate because I wasn't around a lot of entrepreneurs or anything like that to see how you get started. But when I got divorced, I was like, it was just got inside me. The idea of Imagine the Essence came into mind. And then once I got divorced, I was like, man, I got time to hustle. Let's get it cracking. And then the main thing that really helped me take it more serious was I got fired from my job.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Why is it always divorce or losing your job that people get motivated? Like, I'm not taking this anymore. But yeah, go ahead.
But see, there's a blessing in that. A lot of times when people perceive something bad to happen, sometimes you don't see the flip side of it. That was a blessing. You was never going to do possibly something good to great unless that so-called thing that you was lashed on to. You know, sometimes people rely on their marriage too much. My marriage was cool, but it wasn't right. I've been blessed afterwards. I'll put it like that.
Been to the mountaintop, now you're at a bigger one.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah. Some people, like for me, I was comfortable with my job, but when my job got let go, okay, now let me think about how to make this work because I don't have a cushion no more. So it invited me to be more creative, how to make this work, how to spread it out, and that's, you know, some people, like I say, your job, your loved one, your so-called loved ones, what you think is sometimes good for you when it's taken away from you, sometimes that's a blessing because good things can come to you now because something else was holding you back from going further.
Yeah, that happened to me when I got laid off of my last job, a job that I really liked. I never forget. And it was interesting because God kept telling me, you know, I had been working as a tech and I had a box with, you know, like the desk calendar and all this different stuff that I was going to put on my desk. And for some reason, I never unpacked it. It always sat packed on my desk. And the one day I came in, I said, you know what? I'm going to unpack the box. And God kept telling me, he said, if you unpack that box, you're leaving. And I said, nah. I'm like, nah, can't be. So I went ahead and put down the desk calendar and started putting up my picture and everything. The next thing you know, I saw my music supervisor going in, talking to the big boss, and they were, you know, my office was like right across from there, and I had this big glass window. The guy who ran our division had big glass window, and I'm looking, and I said, oh crap, what's going on? And so finally they said, yeah, we need to talk to you. So I came over and I said, well, what's wrong? Now, mind you, they just gave me my job scores. Everything were A's. They graded us A, B, C, D, you know, like that.
Yeah.
So I had all A's and exceptional.
Yeah.
And I said, well, why are you letting me go? And then the big boss looked at my immediate supervisor, and I looked at him. I said, why are you letting me go? And he was like, you know, he wouldn't say anything. So the big boss kept trying to talk for him. I said, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Then I'll get to you. I said, why did you feel like that? And then they, well, you're just not the right type. What is the right type? What does that mean? You're just not the right type. That's all I got. I remember going to my vehicle, and I sat there, and I dropped down on the steering wheel, and I cried. And I said, from that point, I will never work for anybody else again.
Yep.
You know, and I went back and got harder into my career, and I haven't looked back.
Yep.
You know, which is, I've been doing house music since I was 12.
Yes, sir.
And I left it for a while, and I hate that I ever did. But, you know, so, you know, do you have a website for this?
Oh, yeah. ImagineTheEssence.com is the website, and I feel you on that story. I feel because that's the same thing happened with me. I was like, I will never, ever let somebody control my life again.
Those were my words.
Because, man, I remember when I was married, I had a house, the car, everything like that. And if somebody could say you fired and my house, my whole world come coming down, I believe sometimes that's how criminals are made, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people can relate to that, man. You know, you're trying to come up in the world, and that's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes the Lord trying to bless you, but you're holding on to things that's not going to excel you to what you're supposed to be doing in life. So I totally identify with your story. Totally.
Okay, give them your website again, because I know we're running short on time. And any phone numbers you would like them to have, If you want to say it slow, maybe Dave can type it out for you. I don't know, but whatever the case is, so they'll know how to find you, find your product, give them the address to where you are at the flea market again.
Okay.
And in Chicago and Elsa. Do you do mail orders or anything? Would you consider that?
Oh yeah. Well, mainly if you go through the website, we mail it out.
Okay.
So I'll give you the website is imagine. I as in ice, M as in Mary, G as in good.
He got to look at it.
Okay, imagine the essence. Imagine I as in ice, M as in Mary, A as in apple, G as in good, I as in ice, N as in Nancy, E as in elephant, the essence, THE, essence, E as in elephant, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, E as in elephant, N as in Nancy, C as in cat, E as in elephant. So imagineessence.com. I don't even mind putting my phone number on there because when I hand out a lot of business cards, my phone number is on there. So phone number on there is 708-369-0303. Once again, 708-369-0303.
Awesome. So again, he's got male fragrances, female fragrances. Got bottles ranging from $40 down to $10. So $15. I'm sorry. I thought he said 10 and 15. I did. So
No sales yet.
all right, no sales yet. No, all right. So yeah, from 40 to 15. He said, no, y'all gotta pay me. So do they pay for their own shipping, or is that free?
Shipping is only $8 until you go over $75, and $75 is free.
Okay, so you have free shipping if you buy $75 worth of product, and that really is not too hard if you bought one $40 bottle and a $15 bottle and so forth, or a couple, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you buy 2 40s, you're at 80, right?
Yes, sir.
Just don't drink if you buy 240.
Right, yeah. Well, we're not talking about 40, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's cool, man. And he's got a variety of fragrances and, works with the guys and the beers and all that, man. Tell them where you're at in Elsip again in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, Elsip, Illinois. But we say Chicago because it's a suburb of Chicago, but it's a suburb of Chicago called Elsip. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the Alsip Swaparama. It's on it's on 127th near Cicero. But if you Google Alsip Swaparama or any flea market in the Alsip, it's gonna come up. It's the biggest flea market in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's just east of Cicero on the south side of the street.
And the last main thing, these are a perfume. These are the highest level colognes or perfumes. You definitely want to give these a try. It is going phenomenal. Ever since I got fired.
So how much of it do you use?
Oh.
Like let's say if I'm using it,
2 or 3 sprays.
2 or 3 sprays?
2 or 3 sprays. You're pretty much good throughout the day. And like I say, spray it in your hair, your beard. It lingers. Your victims get seduced so nicely. But 2 or 3 sprays.
Well, because I've been in places where people have worn so much cologne, it's overwhelming, and you be like,
Hey, there's some women that do that too.
It's like, did you bathe in it? Did you not? I mean, and then they will leave your home and you still smell it 4 days later, and you be like, oh my God, I can't get rid of them. They're still with me. And then you have to brew a lot of coffee in the house to get the beans going. So that's why I tell guys, because I watched as a teenager coming up with my friends and all that, and we didn't know any better. You know how it was. We all coming in. Then you rub it all over your body, and people like, and then you like, man, I went through that polo quick. I just got it 2 days ago.
Yeah, definitely.
And gray flannel was definitely one of those back in the day that you did not have to use a lot of. You put on too much gray flannel, your eyes would bleed, But anyway, man, I'm glad you came out on the show. I hate that we missed Daddy Big House. Something must have happened. I'll call and check on him. Hopefully all is well with him to talk about his sauce. I know his sauce is in a few stores. He's got a hot damn. He's got a mile. He's got some kind of inferno sauce, whatever. So he's supposed to be bringing out his sauces today, telling you about him and talking a little bit about, his up-and-coming festival for
Love Fest.
Love Fest. Yeah. So, and he's actually speaking. We're actually negotiating and talking about him merging into Alliance Festival and, making Love Fest a part of that. That's one of the things he wanted to announce. But, we're still in the working stages of that, trying to see how that would all work out and benefit, because he believed in that vision of why is everybody having so many separate parties and picnics during the summer when we can have one big one all week, and shut, hold it down. This is something I've been trying to do with Alliance Festival forever. So that's where we at. Any other questions? Okay, he gave me the 5. We got 5 minutes to stay alive on this station. Any questions, any concerns, man? I'm hoping that, the conversations that we had were enlightening, man. And the way Facebook has been buzzing, everybody is still arguing about it, which is saddening in the sense that I don't see it ever really changing until the old regime dies off, or, you just start separating yourself from the bitter, angry DJs and all the people that are upsetting the ecosystem of what we call house music in Chicago. So, it just is what it is. My best advice I can give anybody, and I say it all the time, and people just won't listen, is just play your box, stay in your lane, produce, be humble, be grateful, and just try and give good, do good product, deliver good product, brand yourself, understand the industry. And I put out so much information to DJs and producers about, how to brand yourself, how to, especially guys who are struggling. We're not talking about guys that are already out there, but guys that are struggling on how to brand themselves, market themselves, technology. I send out so many things and only 2 or 3 people will read it or look at it, and then they will, soon as you post that, maybe a half hour, 2 hours later, they'll post a beef or gripe about something that literally I just gave them a schematic to how to work out. It's just like, they'll go right by it to come. So I think sometimes people just get on Facebook just to bitch and complain, and you really are not looking to better yourself. You're really not looking, to elevate yourself on a different level. You just want to be a lion on attack. You just want to attack everybody because you're a bitter, angry individual and you want something handed to you or given to you. Unfortunately, this is an industry where you got to work. So any closing thoughts to you peoples here,
Well,
you
just
peoples.
make sure you guys come out Friday.
You lighter collect,
What do we got going on this week?
Well, Friday, we got the White Elephant Xmas DJ Expo. Southside event, 25 DJs going to be throwing down. All yours truly from DaBooth312 will be there throwing down, playing the best sounds of the underground. So you guys want to make sure you're there. We're going to be at Xavier's Nightclub. Going to be on 45th and Western. So you guys want to make sure you come on out. Check us out. We got 25 of the best Southside DJs going to be throwing down for you guys. So
I'm a North Sider. I'm going to be there. Don't exclude me now.
Well, you'll be on the side that day.
Start looking out in, what they tell me, January 1st or the first week of January. Start looking out vendors that want to be vendors at the Alliance Festival. It's very easy. musicalliancefestival@gmail.com. Send in your information if you want to be a vendor.
You have fragrance vendors there too, don't you?
Yeah, I have fragrance vendors there. Well, no, I didn't have any last year.
Well, you could have.
Well,
Yeah.
he had a cigar vendor.
I didn't
That
have
was a
any
good
last year.
fragrance.
The only fragrances I had last year was cigars, glasses, and stuff of that nature. We're supposed to have a smoothie vendor. I already talked to him about that. He wants to be there. I just got to announce it for the other.
I was
people
ready to
there.
hit him over the head with the anvil.
Right. Did you get it? And I love Dave. Dave looks out for his boy.
That's
I
right.
appreciate that. we already talked about it. But I have to put this out there for everybody else. So it'll be up January 1st. The marketing and some of the pre-promotion for it. And it's the same for some DJs that are interested and want to be involved or come out for it. It's musicalliancefestival@gmail.com or info musicalliancefestival .org. So there you go.
All right, guys. Well, till next week, guys. We love yous. Peace.
Peace.